Welcome to the Restaurant Show. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah, and we have a great show for you today. We are checking out Aaron's Snug Irish Pub over on the east side, a great spot with great food. We've also got Rookie's Food and Spirits, and they're going to talk about their American fare and cook us an amazing steak. And we're checking in with celebrity chef from the Chew, Michael Simon. We are going to have him on the show later on, so make sure you stick around for your guide to the best restaurants in town. We want you to skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to go coming up on The Restaurant Show.
This episode of The Restaurant Show brought to you by AccuClimb Mechanical Services.
Hey folks, welcome back to The Restaurant Show. We have a treat for you today. We are going to be talking about Aaron's Snug Irish Pub. If you like a good rhyme, that's about as good as it gets. This is Natalie. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Now you're the general manager over at Aaron's Pub, so you know it all. You're the perfect person to talk to. I'm really excited about this place because, boy, you guys have a ton going on, and in addition to an extensive menu and lots of fun. This is a great place because you have all these different rooms all in one under one roof, right?
Yeah, we do. We have a bunch of different rooms, all different sizes, and so they can be reserved for private parties. You can do just one room, you can do multiple rooms. We've had the whole restaurant, taken out before. Anywhere between usually 20 and 200 people.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And what I was reading about actually is they have a fabulous website actually if you want to go on and check out some of the photos. But each room is actually kind of set up a little bit differently. So you've got all these sort of different dining experiences all under one roof. So even if you just go for dinner, you kind of can have some different experiences based on where you're seated.
Yeah, we have people who get really excited when they come in and they're taken to a different part of the restaurant. They're like, oh, we've never been in this room before.
I love that. It's kind of like a little experience. Every time you go, you have a little different experience. It's incredible. And of course, this is an Irish themed bar and restaurant, and so there are all kinds of Irish feeling dishes and drinks, and just the whole thing from the music to the decor is real authentic.
Yeah, for the most part. We do still have, American things as well, especially with our beers.
Yeah. Okay.
We have over 30 on tap, so we have a really good mixture of Irish food, a really good mixture of American food.
I love that.
Drinks,
I think
everything.
It's fabulous. I think it's wonderful. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about because you have an extensive menu. Now you guys are open all week long, 7 days a week. You even do breakfast on Sundays. That's incredible. We're going to talk a little bit about corned beef sandwich today, which is like a classic staple. You have to have it, and shepherd's pie. So I love the two items that you've selected. So let's first talk about this corned beef and just tell us what's in this.
Well, this is going to be triple layer sandwich here. So you have meat, sauerkraut cheese, meat, sauerkraut cheese.
Woo! Okay, so come hungry, leave happy. I love it.
Absolutely. Our corned beef is all made in-house, so that takes 6 to 8 hours.
Wow, really?
Yes.
So that's incredible.
So we season it and make it all there, and then the next morning slice it up, and we have it fresh that day.
Yes, you don't have to wait 6 hours for your dinner, for your lunch. Got it. No, that's
you can if you want.
You could, yes, if you want to stay for the whole process.
Get you drunk,
There's plenty to do, if you want to stay. I love that.
So, and it comes on, marble rye bread, and then it gets baked. So you take the corned beef, you layer on sauerkraut and Swiss cheese, and then you're going to put it underneath a burner.
Sandwich. Oh, that looks amazing. This is thick. I mean, you gotta open wide to get that one in.
If you're not hungry, we have a Reuben. That's just a single layer sandwich. It's very similar.
This is for the big appetite. We got you covered if your appetite isn't as big.
This is for the even bigger appetite.
Now, this is for the I am starving and I can't wait to get me some Irish food folks. Now,
this, almost always comes with a to-go box.
Oh my gosh, shepherd's pie. Talk to us about how is this made? This is a layered thing.
This is So this, I'm actually going to dig in here and show you the bottom.
We get to see the inner workings.
Right, underneath here we have lamb.
Oh my gosh, yum.
And
look at all the good veggies in there.
Exactly, corn, peas, carrots, onions. You can do whatever kind of mixture you want if you bake it on your own.
Wow.
So we literally do this all day long as well.
That's incredible.
The lamb and all the vegetables and everything baked together all day, and then the next day when we're ready to serve it all, or the next morning, you do just the whole bottom gets covered with the lamb mixture.
Okay.
And then on top, we have what's called colcannon.
Okay.
Now you can use just regular mashed potatoes if you'd like.
Oh, so those aren't
but
just mashed potatoes.
No, Cole Cannon is mashed potatoes mixed with cabbage. It's an Irish dish.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
see,
So
you
if
learned something on this show.
If you start to deconstruct it a little bit, you can see the cabbage in there a bit.
That is fabulous.
Yeah,
what a great
it's
dish.
really good.
Now, what's on top? Can I ask what these
These are peeled carrots.
Oh, look how fancy you got a carrot to
Yeah,
look.
right.
I love that. That's fun. Okay.
And then we just, bake them up and they get nice and crispy.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, this is what I'm going to order when I come. I love this dish. Oh, we got so much to talk about, though. Okay, so let's talk about St. Patrick's Day as you do this
Yes.
drink. Let's
Okay,
kind of combine
wonderful.
because
Well,
I
I'm
think
gonna
they go
make-
together beautifully, right? St. Patrick's Day and a
Yes.
drink, they are hand in hand. What are you making?
I'm gonna make a dirty Girl Scout martini.
Ooh, my goodness. Okay.
So it's gonna have
Perfect time for
Bailey's,
that, too.
Kahlua, creme de menthe. We use a green one.
Okay.
You can use clear as well if you'd like, and vodka. You do 1 ounce of each.
1 ounce each.
So I'm gonna do
okay.
those really quick for
I
you
think we
here.
can handle that.
Yeah.
And it's Girl Scout cookie season, is it
I
not?
know.
So this is perfect.
It is
Great
wonderful.
dessert. You don't need to have the cookie. You can have even more fun.
Now, if you do a clear one of these, you'll get kind of like a creamy brownish color.
Okay.
So we do the green to give it a really mint, and you can
Gotcha.
you can do more or less if you'd like.
I'm really impressed with your skills right now. You're just going for it. This is a skilled bartender here. No measuring. You know your pour.
Oh, you just do counts.
Okay, so there we go. I won't distract you, but you're doing fabulous. Okay, so this is great. While you're doing that, talk to us about St. Patrick's Day. You guys are doing some fun things.
Yes, we're going to be open all day. We have live music that's going to start at noon and go on throughout the night. At 9 o'clock, we're
Fabulous.
going to have bagpipers.
No, you're not.
Yes, the
Love it.
Shriners bagpipers. They come with us on our double-decker bus for all of the Badger games.
Okay.
And so they're going to be there for St. Patty's Day as well.
That's
and when you do
perfect.
this, if you tilt the glass
there's a
sideways,
method.
you can get a really
she
cool kind of
goes.
look with it.
Oh, that's fabulous.
So you can layer it.
This is a fun martini. And who doesn't love a good chocolate martini, right? You need a
right.
little chocolate in
I'm
your
going to get a
martini.
little bit more green and a little bit.
How exciting. Okay, so St. Patrick's Day, lots going on. Bagpipes, you can see bagpipes.
Right.
Also, I want to mention too, you said the double-decker bus, you guys are doing like a pub crawl.
Yes,
What's
we have
this?
a pub crawl the Saturday before St. Patty's Day on
Oh my
March
gosh,
12th.
How fun is that?
And we're going to have about 6 different stops. It is $25 a person and bring your own alcohol. So you can bring on a cooler with whatever you want to drink as long as it doesn't take up another seat. It has
I
to fit
gotcha.
in your seat with you.
If that's not a recipe for fun, I don't know what is. Look at this drink. Okay, there's a pub crawl on March 12th. St. Patty's Day is going to be an absolute blast. Go here and get some fabulous fare.
Right.
And you are so much fun. Thank you so much, Natalie, for joining us.
Absolutely.
Aaron's Snug Irish Pub over on the east side. Go check them out. Check out their website, too. They've got some
Yes.
great photos on there. We're going to be back with more Restaurant Show after the break, so stick around. When we return, learn where you can play wiffle ball and get a good meal. It's next on the Restaurant Show. Hey folks, welcome back to the Restaurant Show. We have a treat for you today. We are going to talk about some great all-American food, and who better to do that than Rookies Food and Spirits out in Black Earth. And I am joined now by Dave Boyer, who is the general manager over at Rookies, and also Luke Rucker, the kitchen manager. And I'm so glad to see you both. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited. And when you are talking about food like this, I mean, you're welcome back anytime.
Thanks.
We've got all
you.
kinds of
Yeah.
goodies for you today. So let's start a little bit. We got to start with the steak. Steak and blue cheese pasta. Luke, what do you say about this one? This has to be one of the
one
favorites.
of my favorite
Yeah.
specials there, absolutely.
Okay.
It's a great cut of meat. It's shoulder tenderloin, so it's nice and tender and has great flavor.
Yeah, look at this. It's beautiful, by the way, too. Oh my gosh. So this is all part of this pasta dish that you do.
Correct.
Yes.
And this is a regular menu item, or is this something that you have?
It's a special item.
It's a
We
s-
have it
okay.
once a week, once every other week.
Okay.
We do 5 specials a day. That one is a set special.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Monday is French dip sandwich, Tuesday is meatloaf, and then the other 4 specials we mix it up.
Oh,
and
wow.
it kind of depends what kind of mood we're in.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can kind of see how they're going, how they're feeling. You know they're in a good mood when they whip out the steak for a special, right? Okay, so what kind of steak did you say?
Shoulder tenderloin.
Shoulder tenderloin. Okay, and you're going to actually do some of this pasta
Yes,
for us. So
Go ahead.
let her rip. Let's do it.
All right.
I'm excited. And
So we're starting out with some fresh spinach
Okay.
Yep,
and
some
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
Going to saute that just a little bit.
I love that you're using these great fresh ingredients too. You got the color, you know it's real, you know it's real food. I love it. That's fabulous. So you're gonna saute them a little bit.
Yep. And then once that cooks down a little bit, we'll go in with our spaghetti.
Love this. So you're actually kind of sauteing the spaghetti along with your vegetables.
Yep, just to heat it
How
through.
interesting is that? I like that. This is kind of a fun twist I have not seen.
Okay. And then we'll
And-
go with our house-made sherry cream sauce.
Ooh, is that a secret ingredient? The sherry cream sauce?
There's a whole
How's-
bunch of secret ingredients.
Lots of
absolutely.
secrets over at Rocky's Food and Spirits. I love it. So that's a house-made item as well, right
Yes.
there.
Yes.
So this is all, as you can see, being whipped up from scratch. I love that. That's wonderful. You've done some things in advance, of course, in the essence of the magic of television, but I love it. And then blue cheese is one of my
Yep, some
favorite
blue
cheeses.
cheese combos.
Yes, thank you. Adding it right in there. And I love getting a little sizzle, a little crackle. Things are moving and shaking here at the restaurant show. That's great. And then you're gonna add a couple of more things too. You've got the mushrooms in there.
Yep.
And then you're gonna add a little seasoning on top, it looks like.
A little parsley on
A
top
little
for garnish.
parsley. Oh my gosh, this is a wonderful item. So these guys have an extensive menu, really. You guys do a lot of things. I was looking.
Yes. We do a lot of burgers.
Okay.
We use 100% Angus beef.
Oh my gosh.
We do pizzas. We smoke our own meats. We do pulled pork. We do brisket. We do our own homemade bacon. We make a homemade pastrami.
Yeah.
We smoke our chicken. We smoke our chicken wings for our Monday night wing special.
I was gonna say you have a wing special that is
yeah.
like an
Every
all, is
Monday
it all
night.
you can eat, or I mean,
It's 50-cent wings, as many as you want.
50-cent wings. Wow, that's
And
an
they're
incredible
Big
deal.
fat
Jumbos.
wings.
Yes,
Jumbos.
absolutely.
50-cent wings. That's outstanding, you guys. That's great. And you do some soups, homemade soups.
Homemade
Homemade
soup every day.
soups.
All right, so if you weren't hungry before, you are starving now. And boy, if you could smell this, I wish you could. It all smells really good. Now, this is the steak and blue cheese pasta. You do this as a special
Yes.
when they're in the mood, right?
Right.
I love that.
We also do a thing where if you email us, and there's a link on our website, we will do any special you want if you give us, a couple days notice.
I like it. Viewer feed. So if you're going on a date, taking the family
Yeah,
out, you
absolutely.
can get in advance and get that special in there. I love that. Okay, now you mentioned beef brisket.
Yes.
This is the sandwich.
Yes.
Let's talk about this.
And this is exactly how it's served at Rookie's.
actual
It's,
portion.
it's a giant serving.
I know. I don't think you can.
We
you
smoke
have to
it.
squish it.
We smoke it ourselves over charcoal. We use apple wood chips. Smokes about, depends on the temperature outside, but anywhere 15 to 18 hours.
Wow, that's incredible. So this is a labor of love. You get
Yes,
started on these
absolutely. Yes.
items, this one in particular, well before your customer comes
Yes.
in to
Yes.
order. So this is something that a lot goes into. I can appreciate that. Now, I asked you before we started, you said you do cater.
Yes,
So you can actually get some of these fabulous items.
absolutely. There's a link on our website to our cater menu and our catering manager. We do weddings. We're involved in a couple of large caterers in the summertime for a local company.
And you serve a lot. You're able to serve a lot of folks.
Yes.
That's incredible. I love that. Now, you guys are really interesting too. Well, I want to bring up while we're on the food topic, you do a fish fry as well.
We do fish fry on Fridays.
You're in Wisconsin, so you're barking at the right tree, right? Fish fry on Friday.
And we do beer battered cod, broiled cod, walleye, a panfish sampler platter.
Okay.
Shrimp you can get baked or in a tempura batter. And then we usually have another special. This right now we're running smelt because it's seasonal.
Ah, okay.
And otherwise it's generally a po' boy, either catfish or shrimp
I
or
see.
fish.
Oh my gosh, lots of choices.
Yep.
And I have to mention, because one of the most, I think, unique things about your place is you have a clubhouse that has a wiffle ball field.
Yes, it is the
Tell
only
me about this.
it's the only AstroTurf wiffle ball field in the entire world.
It's incredible.
It's been there, we've been there 19 years. The AstroTurf has been there about 8 years.
Okay.
We rent it out for groups, a lot
so much
of
fun.
kids' birthday parties, bachelor parties,
Graduation.
graduations, corporate events.
Okay, so what a fun thing to do. And instead of just hanging out waiting for that cake to be cut, you can
Yep.
go hang out and
Absolutely.
play some wiffle ball.
And if it's not rented out, it's open to the public. Families bring their kids out and they
That's fun.
can play ball.
Play ball. I love it. This is like the all-American, I just love everything about it. The menu's fantastic. You guys are great. The atmosphere is amazing. You've got wiffle ball. This is like the all-American place to go. I just feel like it's fantastic.
Thank you.
Black Earth, you're out in Black Earth,
Yes,
so
halfway between Black Earth and Mazomanie, right on Highway 14. Take University Avenue, stay on that,
Right
you're good to
there.
go.
nice
Can't
and
miss
easy to
us.
get to. Well, please go see these folks. This is Luke and Dave at Rookies Food and Spirits. You will not be disappointed. Check out these fabulous menu items and go play some wiffle ball. We'll be back with more Restaurant Show after the break, so please stay with us. If you're a fan of food and a fan of the chew, you won't want to miss the next guest. We've got celebrity chef Michael Simon joining us. That's next.
This celebrity interview is sponsored by Cold Fusion Food and Spirits. And welcome back to the Restaurant Show. We have a very special guest right now. You might know him as the co-host of the network TV show The Chew, or maybe as the fun-loving owner of his own restaurants, author of cookbooks. He has also won quite a few awards in cooking, including an Emmy and the James Beard Award, which, by the way, is the Academy Award of Cooking. We welcome in Chef Michael Simon to the Restaurant Show right now. How you doing today, Chef?
Doing great, Rich. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being with us. And we're going to get some tips, I guess, now on an amazing cheese board for like award show parties, like the Oscars and stuff like that. So having won awards yourself, what has that taught you about throwing an awards party?
Well, you know, I think the first thing is when I have a party, whether an awards party or not, I want to enjoy the party as much as the people that are there with me. So things like cheese boards, I think are great ways to bring a little bit of elegance to a party, some very unique flavors to a party, but really allow you to enjoy the party as well, because cheese holds so beautifully at room temperature, and you could really get a lot of different flavors in there and unique textures to make it special for everybody.
Now, we talk about the awards season. The big daddy of them all, of course, is the Oscars. What is your like must-have for a great Oscar party?
Well, you know, because I'm Greek and Sicilian, I need to have olives. Whenever I'm watching something, I need something to nibble on, and to me, olives are a great way to do that. I just do simple marinated olives, little bit of chili flakes, some thyme, lemon or orange zest, extra virgin olive oil, mix them together. You could put a little bit of that beautiful Castello Danish blue cheese there in there too, if you'd like to kind of make them a little bit more unique. But that's a great snack for me to have through them. Beautiful cocktails, I think, to pair with the cheeses, whether it just be a wine like a rosé or a wheat beer, which I love with cheese, or a bourbon cocktail or champagne. Those are all things I think that really kind of say this is the Oscars.
I should have known I was talking with a paisan, So, we're up here in Wisconsin. We think we know a lot about cheese. What kinds of cheese do we need for a gourmet cheese board?
Well, I think you need to create different flavors. So, I start off with a Danish blue because I think it has that great earthiness to it, that great slight kind of sourness to it that I love so much. But it's a very forward cheese, not for everybody. So I'm also on the board, I'm putting an aged Havarti. It has that sharpness, a little bit of caramely, great buttery. As you guys know, when you age the cheese a little bit more, you get that great crystallization in there for texture. And then a double cream white, which is one of those cheeses that really everybody loves. It's rich, it's fatty, it's got that great mouthfeel to it, but a little bit more on the mild side. And then just pairing it up with things that go beautifully with cheese. Charcuterie, I love with cheese, whether it be a salami or prosciutto or a speck, I think all wonderful with cheese. Different dried fruits or preserves, I think go great. And then you want to create a little bit of texture, whether it's with a bread or a cracker or some apples or pears that are just sliced up. You need a little bit of crunch, and all those things kind of make it unique for each person that's going through your board so they could get their own personalized bite. Now, of course, a lot of us don't have the same kind of palate that you do, so how do we know which pairings are going to work with each cheese? Well, when I think cheese, if you just think, okay, cheese, it's rich. So I'm going to pair it with something salty, something sweet, and something with a little bit of bite. And that way, those, like salami will go with pretty much every cheese. Dried fruit will go with pretty much every cheese. So just sweet, salty, acidic, you're good. I consider myself a bit of an amateur chef, but one of the things I always have problems with is presentation, just making it look good. So when it comes to like a cheese board, how do you make yours look so good? Well, I like to keep it in the larger chunks, and then, keep things out so the people coming over could kind of just break things off on their own. It makes for a beautiful presentation that way and lets them interact instead of just kind of cubing all the cheese up for them. So they could just kind of take it off as they need it. Also putting it on nice platters, whether it would be slate or marble or a butcher block. I mean, these are all things that really present nicely. And two, don't overthink it. Don't try to keep everything all tight and compartmentalized. Just let it flow, throw it out there, and it just looks like almost like a natural scape of cheese.
Nice. Now, I know when I'm hosting a party, I love to try to impress people with my cooking skills or, what little skills I do have. But do you have any special recipes that maybe we can use for a great Oscar party?
Absolutely. I put a bunch of recipes at CostelloCheeseUSA.com. Also on their Facebook page at Costello Cheese. You could get all kinds of great tips that are going to make you look like a star for the Oscars.
Absolutely. Speaking of the Oscars now, of course, everybody always excited about it. Who's going to win Best Picture? Who's going to win Best Actor, Best Actress? Do you have any feeling about that? Got any predictions for us, Chef?
I do. I was so bad at predicting the Super Bowl this year. I'm going to take my shot at the Oscars. So I feel Martian for Best Film. I'm hoping Leonardo DiCaprio gets best actor this year. He's been waiting a little bit for that. And I'd like to see Sylvester Stallone get Best Supporting for Creed.
Wow, yeah, that would be nice, actually. So, and, I was kind of pulling, I think, though, for Michael Fassbender a little bit. I was hoping you were going to say his name. If there's ever been anybody I've had a man crush on, it's Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, fantastic.
Absolutely. So you had mentioned the website. Give that to us again now. Where do we go to find all of this stuff, Chef?
CostelloCheeseUSA.com.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Looking forward to that for the cheeses, the olive suggestions, wine, beer, all of that kind of good stuff. Also, when it comes to the Oscars and say, we talked about some of the pairings. You had mentioned wheat beer for cheeses. Is there another go-to beer, especially for us, up here in Wisconsin, to kind of go to that matches well with a lot of cheese?
IPAs, they're super hoppy. And they have a little bit of bitterness to them, which helps cut through the richness of the cheese. The only thing I would say to you is be careful with IPA because usually they have about twice as much alcohol as a regular beer.
We'll be careful up here. We will drink Wisconsibly. So thank you very much, Chef Michael Simon, for joining us. Have a great award season, Chef.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. And thanks for joining us here on The Restaurant Show. Be right back. This celebrity interview is sponsored by Cold Fusion Food and Spirits.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's restaurant show. I had so much fun checking out all those great local spots. I'm Jessa Jeremiah reminding you that life is too short to eat average.
This episode of The Restaurant Show brought to you by AccuClimb Mechanical Services.